Hello everyone, my name is Shreya and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. I am pursuing BLLB honors from Law College Dehradun Uttaranchal University. I am currently in 7th semester and I'm glad to have this opportunity of interning at Lexis and Company, because of which I am able to present to you guys with this video. So the purpose and topic for this video will be the important definitions under the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. I have explained the definition of industry and industrial dispute in my previous video, and in this video I'll explain to you guys the definition of lockout and strike under the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. So let's begin. So what is lockout under this act? It has been specified under section 2 clause L of the act, and um, under this present definition there are basically two different acts of the employer which can constitute a lockout. Lockout means a temporary closing of a place due to the suspension of work, or lockout can be because of the refusal by the employer to continue the employment of any number of persons which are employed by him. So when there is a temporary closing of a place because of the suspension of work, uh, it may be because the employer wants to withhold the work so that he can gain a concession from them. That is, if you have locked out your place, you have a purpose behind that, so you can do for it for the benefit of your industry. And in the lockout, what happens is that the employer closes his place of employment and the work is shut for that particular period of time during which the lockout is declared. And yeah, it is of temporary nature. Lockout is not permanent. The purpose for which the lockout take place, once that purpose is fulfilled, the work resumes shortly after it. And yeah, it is a temporary it is of temporary nature without formally discharging the employees from their job. So this was about the temporary closing of place. Moving on to the when there is refusal by the employer to continue to employ the number of persons, any number of persons which are employed by him. It these uh, it does not mean that they have been permanently discharged. It is also that you have temporarily discharged them, and it also means that there is a refusal or an intention not to pay during the period of lockout. It is an important point. And it will not be a lockout if the employer pays the workman but does not give them any work. It will not be under the terms and conditions of a lockout. And yeah, there are basically three conditions where such act will not amount to lockout. Those are where a company closes down its business and terminates the services of its workmen permanently, and if there is retrenchment of some workmen on the ground of rationalization of work, that is the reorganization of the company. It may happen that you have some you have to change the nature of the work of the company due to the developments. So here it will be of permanent nature, that is, you permanently expel the employees, and it will be a retrenchment and not a lockout. So, and the third point is the refusal by an employer to allow the latecomers on a day-to-day work on that day. So it will be a if the employee is employed on a day-to-day business and he comes daily late for the work, and the employer refuses to give work to him and pay and says that you can go, so it will not be a lockout saying that you can continue your work on next day. You will be permanently out of your job, and it will be a retrenchment and not a lockout. So this was about retrenchment, sorry, lockout. Moving on to strike. So strike is defined under section 2 clause q of the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. We can say that strike is a legitimate or a lawful weapon in the hands of the workman, which can be used by them for asserting or to maintain their bargaining power against the employees of that particular industry under which they are working. That is, the right to strike is an inherent right of every worker, but it is used to, it's as a last resort to their problem. You cannot just unnecessarily use strike to fulfill your demands. It is always considered as the last option where you can use the strike to fulfill your demands against the employer of that industry. And when all other avenues for settlement or industrial disputes have proved to be futile, you can go for a strike. So what are the essential features of strike as per the definition, as per the above definition? It is that there should be the cessation of work or the end of the work. Strike means you will not perform any work, and after the cessation of the work, there should be it should be by a body of persons employed in any industry acting in combination, not by a single person. And there should be a concerted refusal or a refusal under a common understanding by the employees working in that industry. And the person refusing should be those who are or who have been employed in that industry, and the object of such refusal should be not to continue with the work or to accept the terms and conditions of the employment or to accept that employment. And there can be no strike within the meaning of this act until and unless the establishment in which the striking persons are employed is an industry. That is, only the persons of an industry can resort to a strike and claim other things related to it. And the fact that the duration of strike was for a few minutes or for few hours will be irrelevant. It should be for a longer period of time. And the strike does not itself terminate the relation between the employer and employee, because it is of a temporary nature, and thus the employed has no right to dismiss a workman simply because he has gone on a strike. You cannot just dismiss your workman because they have resorted to the right of strike. So yeah, these were the conditions where such thing happens. It will not be considered as a strike under this act. So this was it about today. I hope you guys have liked the video and understood it. If you have any question to ask me, and share the feedback, and do not forget to like and share this video. So thank you everyone for watching.